Crucifix, magic runes, Christian occultist. So I just had to delete a video. I don't usually delete them unless I find unless there's really something wrong. And this one was a Mandela effect that a guy was showing what looked like residue. And residue in the Mandela effect research world is something that kind of escaped the change. It still remains the way it was, and in this case it was the fruit of the loom with the cornucopia thing, with the horn of plenty remaining there. And I thought it was pretty impressive. But a viewer pointed out that it was a trick. So it had to go. If I know there's something that's bullshit on the channel, and I willingly leave it there, that's not cool. That's not integrity. INTEGRITY. Found out what that means to me. IGRENITY. Found out what that means to me. What the fuck was that from? It was really respect, he was saying. I don't know. Just a movie that line that got stuck in my head. The thing is, though, it was like 2,500 views, which for me is huge. I usually get a couple dozen. But it had to go. It had to go. Now it's gone. If you guys ever notice anything like that, you know, or I say something that's way far out, and you know, just like correct me. And if it's really egregious, like if it's the point of my whole presentation, I'll dump that shit, you know. I don't like having stuff up here that's not copacetic. So I'm watching Mr. H, who's like a movie guy, and he was talking about this new AI actress. There's a company that's making a bunch of AI actors to then license to film studios. It kind of sounds like the old Hollywood way, how they would have different actors would be signed to different studios. It's something like that, except with AI actors. And so they've debuted one of them, one of these actors. It's a girl, I forget her name, I'll put it on screen. And they're presenting this AI as if it was a real person. She has all these social media accounts that she posts on, and she talks like she's a real person. Like H was showing her Instagram page, and it's her like walking across the street, and she's saying, "Oh, this reminds me of the time I walked to this restaurant or something." And H, rightfully so, is like, "You didn't walk anywhere because you're not real." And he was basically saying a bunch of derogatory stuff about the AI, how he thinks it sucks and it's gross and that AI is gross. But optically, watching it, it looks like he's bullying a young girl. It's really weird because I was even feeling it, watching it like, oh, well, you know. But it's a fucking AI. And immediately, I thought to myself, this is going to be a problem. Because you know how college students are. I can easily see them being triggered by this thing getting insulted. Because it looks like a, you know, it talks like a girl, it moves like a girl, it's being presented as a girl, not as AI. This is a very shrewd move that they did this. Because if you shit on the AI, as a lot of people will, because it's fucking, it's not a good thing, it looks like you're picking on a little fucking girl. Even like there was one of the Marvel actors was, he said something like, fuck you, to her account or something, told her to fuck off or something. But, to the naked eye, and especially though like a social justice type person, this looks like you're being cruel to something, you know. And I thought about it, how long till a CIA, Mossad, shady kind of intelligence agency operation begins one of these AI rights. I mean, not publicly. They'd make it look like it was grassroots, of course. You know, like Black Lives Matter or something. How soon before we get an advocacy group for AI people? You know, like, they're people too. You know, you're being mean to this program. Program rights. It'll be like fucking the movie AI. Remember when they went to that little area where all the older robots were kind of stuck, like a graveyard type of thing, the ones that weren't being used anymore? And it was, you know, read as an allegory for like marginalized people. But it was, you know, the robots. We've seen that kind of thing in sci-fi over the years. Like robot or droid rights. It was in Star Wars. It was in Solo. So, it doesn't take much imagination to see what could develop into a real problem here. Just another way to get the slaves fighting. They just want us to fight. They want us to be as divided as possible. Divide, 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 divide. That's the whole game. That's the name of the game. And, you know, yeah, I would say, like, I'm calling it. It's going to be... But no, that doesn't even, like, anyone can see. It doesn't really take a Nostradamus to watch where this is leading. It's definitely going there. It's definitely going there. I don't know, whatever. Until it goes there. Don't blame the teacher, blame the school.